Extreme Festival is brought to you by Cecil, G&H Transport, Red Square, and InvestChem. Well, Extreme Festival is all about entertainment, and that's what they've got from this national production cars. Race 3 about to get started. That's that fantastic V8. And we go along to the Audis. Some last-minute tweeting to do from the VW team. They're hoping for an overall win with Graham Nathan. Onto the start line. What a cross style. Michael Stephen, though, thumbs up. He'll be hoping to redeem himself on the front of the grid. Graham Nathan. And he'll be a hard man to beat from there. That GTI has been in superb form. So underway with the final race of the day. And Graham Nathan, great start on the inside. Henny Groenewald, though, we're looking to defend his championship lead. And he knows it's been a tough day at the track. Can he get a good result?
Michael van Rooyen already making his passes on the Audis as we go through potters. Oh, but runs wide. Definitely got it wide there, and he's off the track. So our race 2 winner, who won by miles, is not having it his own way in race number 3. Not a good way to start your challenge to pick up the overall win. He's right at the back of the field.
Wow, probably his heart in his throat at the moment. He saw what happened to the other cars that ran off going through there. And managed to keep it all together. He's back on track, hopefully no damage, and he'll try and make a race of it. Michael Stephen on board. Always amazes me to see how relaxed the guys are in the car there, and they're doing like 250 k's an hour.
Even has time to scratch his nose. What a champion. But not good news for the Audi drivers, because that Graham Nathan Golf GTI is out front and already skipping and sliding his way through the infield. You can hear the crowd loving this action. Extreme Festival of Motorsport, always top class racing, and those 3 Audis are right on the tail of Graham Nathan. As you see, a beautiful instant replay of Graham Nathan getting that GTR all kinds of sideways.
Well, he would have scored maximum points in a drifting competition, all the way on the outside, all the way sideways. Good to see, but good car control. On board with Michael van Rooyen. He's trying to make amends for that first lap little incident and going through all the Class X guys. We know this Chevy is very quick, so let's see if he can get up onto the back end of the Class A cars. Lots of chopping and changing. Henny Groenewald's holding onto second for dear life. As we got the 2 silver and black engine extreme cars trying to find their way through.
Michael van Rooyen has got lots of work to do in that Chevrolet. He's making a lot of passes, but he's got so much work to do, and I don't think he's got enough to catch this pack out front at the moment. The Audis are still chasing that Graham Nathan GTR, and it's definitely a battle between Michael Stephen and Simon Moss as we go on board here with Stephen. Now just listen to this. Flat out. Pedal to the metal through rifle range, and then you clamp on those brakes down into second gear for Kokobana.
Well, we know that he can win from the front, and it'll be a good test to see whether he can fight from the back. Look at that, bumping and barging and swapping paint and pieces of cars flying off there. There's no love lost between those 3 Audis, and they're going for that man up on the front. They don't want to be held up. They want to make a good charge and hopefully take it away from Graham Nathan.
Now the Audi drivers will actually do well here to stick together and work towards getting up to Graham Nathan. But look at the cars just bouncing through the infield. Now the Audis are really quick through the infield. You can see Graham definitely pulls a little gap down the straight. But through the infield here, the Audis are able to close that gap heading up into the final turn.
On board with Michael Stephen, of course the Audis are running Quattro, and they get very good through the tight and twisties, but down the long straights, the front wheel drive got a little bit extra. And it looks like it's getting very close. Henny Groenewald on the inside, trying to get defensive. And the number 12 of Michael Stephen cannot get through there around the outside. And Simon Moss is just watching. He knows he's got a lot of support here, so trying to get through to the front and make a race of it.
Times change. I've had a good innings, 30 years in racing and still going strong. But this year I'm trying to put something back and take some of my old tricks and look if the guys have caught up, and yeah, it's going well. You know, currently not too much happening regarding the regs. Everybody's sort of keeping in touch, and yeah, it's this year a big learning curve for everybody. Next year a lot of changes. Looking forward to next year for new cars. But yeah, all going well, and nice to be on the other side of the line for a change.
Well, a man who certainly knows his Audis, and a former racing driver himself, Kwesi Swanepoel, and doing a great job there in the factory Audi team.
I love going on board with Owen Bridger in this Honda Civic of his, as he's trying to make through the field, and he's coming into the infield section. He's on the brakes hard, and he's battling there with Simon Thiessen for the Class X title. So, and he's got Ian Riddle just ahead of him there. So great drive from Riddle, who's leading the Class X at the moment, but they've all just been passed by the hard-charging Michael van Rooyen in the Chev.
Well, let's go back to the start of the race where it all went wrong for race 2 winner Michael van Rooyen. Oh, looked like he just touched the back end of one of the Audis, couldn't get his line, and nothing else to do except go straight. Luckily, he kept it all together back onto the track and making a good race of it. So it's nice to watch him go through the field.
Henny Groenewald and Michael Steven are glued together, and Groenewald is riding all kinds of defensive with Michael Steven. He just cannot find a way past the Sasol Henny Groenewald driver at the moment, so he's really got to slipstream here and try and just stick it on the inside. No, he's not close enough going into Potter's Pass, and Graham Nathan all the while is pulling out a massive lead.
Well, there we go. Probably taking advantage of the fact that Audis have been glued together and involved in their own little battle out there. Graham Nathan has been left unscathed as he goes down to the bottom of the track, but he's going to have to be careful. He's seen what's happened to the guys out there. If you just get it even slightly wrong, one wheel into the grass and it all goes array. Charles Smallberger was the first man to succumb to those sort of problems in race 1, but Graham Nathan keeping it all together.
Check out Henny Groenewald's war wounds, and that's all from Michael Steven trying to keep him at bay. And Michael van Nooyen done a great job. He's up into 5th place on track at the moment, but he's got hard charging Class X cars, Simon Thiessen, Ian Riddle, and that man in the Honda, Owen Bridger, just behind him. But Nathan, as we go into the infield, and the battered and bruised Henny Groenewald still on track there in 2nd place, and Simon Moss in a decent 4th at the moment.
Well, it's incredible how those Audis move back onto his tail just through that one little infield section. They are so good through the corners, and then unfortunately for them, it's a long straight and a hard braking onto another long straight, and that's where their GTR is so strong.
Onto the brakes here, Groenewald. This is where he makes up all the time. He's so good on the brakes into this final turn, but Nathan just keeps it planted and gets onto that straight as they head down to the checkered flag, and it looks like Graham Nathan in the GTR is going to pick up a win. We heard him say how he loves his new GTR, and you can see the East London circuit does as well, as he picks up race number 3 victory just ahead of Henny Groenewald, with Michael Steven in 3rd, and a great drive there from Simon Moss in 4th place.
Well, driving on a circuit where many top Grand Prix drivers have driven before, and some more big names in South African motorsport, and Graham Nathan on top of the pile this time around. Henny Groenewald in 2nd place, Michael Steven in 3rd, and Simon Moss in 4th place.
Simon Thiessen picks up the Class X title again as we look at the championship. It's Henny Groenewald just now ahead of Michael Steven with Gennaro Bonafide, and not a good day at the office for him with Michael van Nooyen there in 4th place. Let's catch up with the overall winner, Graham Nathan, in the Golf GTI.
Love the racetrack. My team's done a great job. All credit to them, all credit to the product. This VW Golf has just pumped out performance all weekend. Every time we had a hiccup, unfortunately we lost one earlier today when Charles was out in front. He made an error, or something went wrong and he rode off the road, but it'll be back at the next one, and then they've got big trouble because they need 2 of them to contend with.
Let's catch up with the 2 men at the top of the table, Henny Groenewald and Michael Steven.
Coming into the round, I think there was only 3 points in it. And, you know, I had a DNF in race 1, but there are drops and that, so it depends how you look at it. But I think what's important, the championship's still very close. And at the halfway mark, we're looking forward to the rest of the season. You know, it's been a great fight up until now, and we had 2, you know, close races today. So looking forward to the rest of the season.
4 cars crossing the line in probably a second and a half or so, and you know, I think there's been, even though there's been some incidents today that were unlucky, I think we've seen a lot of good racing, and we've certainly enjoyed it, and maybe not a total result that we were looking for Sasol and Audi for today. We got a lot of front-wheel drive cars that did well today, but I think it was a really good mix, and you know, I think we've consolidated and it's still looking good for the championship. So it's a tough fight, not just between Michael and I, but there's a few contenders.